Became pregnant by her pet horse. Indeed, having a rather special relationship with her pet horse, she was impregnated by it and became pregnant. This is incredible and an extraordinary event in human history. So, as she does every morning, she goes to the stable to take care of the father of her child. She begins by greeting him, saying hello, and telling him that her pregnancy is going very well. Then she cleans him and takes care of his fur. It's always an emotional moment for her, as her relationship with her pet is quite personal. The moment when the two lovers meet is always an emotional one. As for her soon-to-be-born baby's room, she's hung a lot of photos of her dad. In fact, she's hung up photos of the horse when he was younger, as well as the medals he won during the various competitions he took part in, having been a highly competitive horse. This girl even explains that defying nature doesn't worry her, and that having a child who is half man, half horse will be a first in human history and an experiment to be developed. But what awaits him is far from anything you can imagine. Comment horse for part 2.
Alright, don't go down there. Come on. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, Sniffles. Come on. All right, go ahead. Not that way. Not that way. That way. Get out of the water. Come on. Hot, y'all go under there. Wait a minute. Slow down. Slow down. All right, go ahead. Hot, don't go down there. Come on, don't go in there, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
How will we get him away?
We won't. Oh my god.
Hope he goes into the neighbour.
That is feral, isn't it?
They're freaky, aren't they?
Oh, feral.
Dad would be able to
Yes.
catch him.
No.
Dad's scared of snakes.
Means it's
Watch
summer.
this. Careful.
Lucky.
Careful, look.
Oh, fucking shit.
Be brave. Oh, listen to Gary.
Wait till Willie sees this video.
Look at him.
Wait until his tail. Wait until his tail just goes boom.
Yeah.
Come on, your keys is getting cold.
Oh, God, you're bossy, love.
Look at this.
He's going the next one now.
Oh, look, his
Watch his
tail's
tail.
gonna go.
Ready?
His tail's gonna go
Ready,
kaboom.
steady.
Go. Wait.
Oh
Now.
my god, look at it.
Now.
Ready?
Oh,
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 it's
wow.
got muscle.
it's got bones.
Oh, see, I would have thought that would have dropped.
Yeah, same.
Oh, look at him.
It's all one big muscle.
Hey? He's quite beautiful, isn't he?
No.
Is he?
No, but
is
look
he
at
a
his
tree?
skin. He is beautiful.
Is he a tree snake?
No, he's a carpet snake,
Then
darling.
how?
Watch carefully as the investigation team's log narrates the underwater monster battle witnessed by humans. 6 months ago, Triangle Head and Big Mouth, two giant sea creatures, staged a thrilling showdown. The organization realized the valuable information in this battle and decided to send an investigation team to explore it in depth. As several reconnaissance submarines arrived at the designated sea area, their sonar equipment detected the still body of Big Mouth on the seabed at a depth of 1,500 meters. Although deep-sea exploration was a challenge for the technical equipment, they quickly surveyed a significant clue on the seabed: the broken branches torn off by the two monsters during the fight, indicating that the core area of the battle was within reach. The flagship turned on the lights and continued to search with sonar, finding the upper jaw of Big Mouth in the oppressive atmosphere, and the remnants of the fierce battle scene made people shudder. The upper jaw was torn by Triangle Head, almost in half. While locating the position of Big Mouth, the investigators discovered a surprising fact. The monster, which was thought to be dead, might still be alive, in a dying state or recovering. For safety reasons, the submarines withdrew to the surface. To better understand the ecological impact, the divers dived to observe. Sure enough, around the large animal carcass, there were countless lives, including a strange human-faced fish that had never been recorded before, which swam fearlessly to this area. In addition, they found a mysterious soft-bodied creature, and as the investigators stared at it, a new horror emerged. The tentacles below the creature suddenly stretched out and pulled the investigator into its mouth. These creatures were undoubtedly attracted by the corpse of Big Mouth, and the scavengers gathered here, feeding on this meat mountain of thousands of meters. As the submarine planned to retreat, they also brushed past another organization foundation, whose creature code 333 showed up. This creature was the largest known creature in the world, even surpassing the giant skeleton that once reached the clouds. And the awakening of 333 might herald an unknown huge
This is
change.
the only creature that cannot be captured at any cost. Even if you try to capture it, it will somehow manage to escape. Look, when this person put a butterfly band on an octopus and released it into a jar, Afterwards, this cunning octopus managed to twist the lid of the box in the right direction and easily opened it, and thus it became free. Actually, octopuses do not like being captured at all, and they can easily squeeze into the smallest spaces. And the most astonishing thing about them is that they can change their
So this is CERN at daytime. Hello, let's go. And let's zoom in. Switch to 3D. Zoom in. If you go there to CERN building 41, go over to this place here. Go on this point here. Click to this point. Now here we go, and then just turn over. You're seeing the Shiva statue, the goddess of destruction, right here at CERN. Isn't it a little bit weird?
A photographer captured this about 12 hours ago. The Statue of Liberty, the torch, and we all know that the Statue of Liberty is not a Statue of Liberty. It wasn't a gift from France. We all know that the Statue of Liberty is a representation of Lucifer. There are plenty of paintings that look just like it. The Colossus of Rhodes looks just like it. There's so many representations, but that is Lucifer. The torch he is holding is the torch because Lucifer is the light bearer. Okay, look at the face on the Statue of Liberty. That's not a woman. That's not a beautiful woman. That is Lucifer. That is a picture of Lucifer. All right, and he's holding that torch. He has chains on his feet. It's representing Lucifer being released from the pits of hell. And look at this photo that was taken 12 hours ago. The lightning struck right there. Bang. Isn't that crazy? Lightning striking on Lucifer's torch. That is very symbolic of just a lot that's going on right now. The eclipse is about to happen. Weird things are happening. People are seeing demon faces, demon ears. Lots happening. But this is for your entertainment.
Let me know what you guys think. So, why does NASA have all these old school cars? My thoughts are they're cars without computers in them, all from the 1970s. They're preparing for an EMP blast. What's odd is they're not just old school NASA cars. Here's a news car. They have a whole fleet from NASA vehicles, semi-trucks, ambulances. Perhaps this is where that $50 million a day budget is going, because we all know it's certainly not getting us into space. Collectors of CGI videos and apparently old school cars. Let me know what you think they're using them for. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
And inserted it, I hadn't swiped it, and then all of a sudden out comes the receipt, and I said, how did this get paid for?
The cashier couldn't explain it.
She stood there literally just sort of blank. I really thought that the guy ahead of me, that he had been charged. I said, somebody paid for this on a credit card somewhere.
Turns out the tap-to-pay card reader at Safeway had ignored the debit card in Edgar's hand. Instead, it reached into Edgar's back pocket, threw his wallet, and charged his Bank of America credit card tucked inside.
That's a pretty big reach. I mean, around me or through me to my wallet. Why didn't it grab the card that was near it? How did it decide what to grab?
I was shocked. I was like, well, it can't be.
Sonia Cesare says it happened at a doctor's office.
I went to pay, and they said, you're already paid. And I said, I haven't inserted my card. I haven't even taken it out of my wallet.
Turns out the card reader there had sent radio waves into her purse and charged her credit card without her knowing it. And that wasn't all. Sonia got an even bigger surprise at a little shop.
The woman said, oh my, it's just read 3 cards.
The store's tap-to-pay system charged not only 1, but 3 credit cards tucked in a wallet inside her purse.
I'd say I was 2 feet away at that point, for sure.
All charges were reversed, but it was
know where Atlantis was and who was there? With evidence? We also now know who the real father of Jesus was, with evidence. An amazing researcher has worked out who Yahweh was. The researcher shows the evidence to all of these. He's shown that mermaids were real, but they were not half human. He's even worked out why Stonehenge is where it is now. It's to do with what happened before. Using his vast knowledge and great research, Göbekli Tepe has been solved. What he didn't know until researching was Adam and Eve were on a spaceship for the first 24 years of their life. And we can't forget his outstanding documentary on the crystal skulls that show we were lied to by museums. Do you want to see all this evidence? Simply visit his Patreon site for over 100 long documentaries. You know who this researcher is? Our true history.
Oh my God. I cannot believe I'm getting this on video. Bitch, I told you. I ain't about to release this shit though. I'm not trying to have somebody follow me. Bro, what in the hell? What the fuck?
Y'all, the other day I took a picture of the sun, and here's the lens flare before we get this mission screwed. And this is the sun, which had a whole lot on it. Now, what it is, I don't know, but this comment right here mentioned a patent on a sun simulator. Here's NASA's website on it when I looked it up. And now, when you come back to Google, here's the top website with the PDF file. Y'all just screenshot this, save this video, do whatever you need to do. But just let me know what you think about there actually being a large sun simulator that has a patent that's been out since 1966. Make sure y'all click this third link, the Google patents, and you will see up here where it says it is an arc lamp of 1800 watts. Now I read some more on this and it said it was used for vehicles that travel in space and stuff like that, but it is still a fact that we have a sun simulator. I think this includes France and Great Britain. So, you know, do your little research. But thank you for that comment. That was a gem.
100 years old, it shows part of the military exercises that took place off the east coast of the United States between 1921 and 1923. The Martin MB-2 airplane is emitting a trail of chemical smoke that rains down to the surface of the ocean, forming a dense smoke curtain hundreds of feet tall. The smoke is created from a highly toxic chemical called titanium tetrachloride. It's a colorless liquid that reacts with air moisture to form the smoke you see here, which consists of hydrated titanium acid and hydrogen chloride. It is dangerous to work with, and irritant to respiratory systems, and can corrode metal. It's not hard to imagine how this process of delivering huge chemical payloads by airplanes at altitude would be important to later developments in geoengineering and cloud seeding. If they were doing this 100 years ago, imagine what they can do now.
It looks like there's a big problem over Texas, y'all. Do you guys see this? That's no cloud. Ain't no way that. Look how big it is. Look how far it stretches out, y'all. What is that, y'all? And it goes longer and it goes out for furthermore. Bro, look how it's moving, y'all. It's like moving backwards. You guys see that? It's moving backwards and forwards at the same time. You see that? Like it's rolling back on itself. Look, it's rolling back on itself, but it's moving forward. That's crazy, y'all. No way. And the crazy thing about it is, I've been reading my comments when it comes to the weather. People have been saying their weather has been off. One day it's raining, snowing, lightning, rain, thunderstorm, so much kind of weathers. So many weather anomalies going on in different places, it's meant to say. But yeah, y'all see that? That's crazy. It's so eerie too. It's like moving so slow and fast at the same time. That's crazy. Boy, y'all see this? All I gotta say is y'all better run. Y'all better run, because this is not natural. We have no idea what's coming out of that, boy. This
did not exist before 1681. Again, white people did not exist on planet Earth until 1681. Number two, any claim that this group called white people, any claim that that group is rooted in biology or derived from genes or biology or is innate or is from nature is a lie. Third and final point. As a matter of foundational law, actually let me say it this way, white supremacy has been embedded in the United States of America from its founding as a matter of law. Now, I don't expect you to buy all that, to get all that, to believe all that, at least not now. But my job is to share with you the legal history that proves each of those three claims that I begin with. So let's go. Let's get started. We have to begin this conversation in colonial North America, specifically in the colonies, the British colonies of Maryland and Virginia. Both were British colonies, and both shared a number of particular characteristics. First, their economies were rooted in tobacco farming. If you know much about tobacco farming, it requires tremendous human labor. Lots and lots of workers. So those who owned large plantations, big landholders, constantly needed laborers to do the work to grow the tobacco. In addition to sharing an economic base, both colonies had an incredible gender imbalance, roughly 10 men for every woman. Now, let's understand a little bit about the folks who constitute the people in these two colonies. Oh, and by the way, let me give you a year. We're in the early 1600s, okay, the early part of the 17th century, colonial North America. England had, for some bizarre reason that today demographers cannot explain, there was a population boom in England in the early 17th century. So there were lots and lots of poor British people who were on the public doles, who couldn't find a way to make a living, who couldn't feed themselves. So the king in England was quite happy to have them sign a contract of indenture to then go work in the British colonies. And that is what happened. Both indentured and enslaved persons, according to historian Edmund Morgan, were sold and traded like cattle. But of course, not all laborers stand equal in terms of their labor agreement or lack thereof. Those who came under a term of indenture worked for a term of years, and presumably this indenture was an agreement that they chose to enter into. The terms of indenture were largely protected by British law, although the terms that took form in colonial North America were quite different than those that existed in England. For example, in England, indentured servants could marry because that was viewed as the way to produce the next group of workers. In this country, indentured servants were prohibited from marrying, and if women were unfortunate enough to get pregnant during their term of indenture, they added usually about 7 to 9 years onto their term of indenture, and 1 year to the father. Slavery, of course, was a status that came with life, work for life. There was neither British law nor international law to prohibit or restrict slavery. What we do know is that at this time period in colonial North America, there were free persons of African descent. We know that landholders freed slaves.
You're about to witness one of the craziest things ever. As this man was working in this mechanic shop, two kids were casually walking past him, and then this happened. Truly a real-life superhero.
You know what it is, I'm out here with my security team and shit. We used our images to blend in the hood just to find out who's trafficking kids and shit. And someone told us that there's a Nigerian guy that stays here that's trafficking kids, and he went to work now, so I think probably his wife is here only. So we're gonna go and try and bust these motherfuckers because the police ain't doing shit about it. Actually, sign those, let's go. Hello. Bro, we came here, we're looking for some Nigerian guy that stays here.
No, there's no Nigerian.
Huh? Someone told us you guys are trafficking kids here.
No, there's no trafficking.
Huh? Search the place, Owens. Search the place. Aye, Chaisan, I will search the place. Hey, man, put sec. Hey.
There's nothing here.
Aye, search the place, Owens. Chaisan.
What do you want in my yard? You can't touch my yard.
Yeah? Aye, someone told us there's something going on here. Relax.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Search nga, brah. Quick, brah. Search nga.
You can't come and fucking touch my food.
Aye, put set. Search, Owens, search.
Hey, there's no such a thing here.
Search nga in the bathroom, huh? Check in the back. Check in the back. Hey, man, hey, put sec. Hey, put sec, man. Check there. Yeah, here's the kids here. Sorry, hey, bring that lady here. Bring that lady here. There. Hey, come here. Come here. Who's this? Who's this? Who's this kids here?
Those kids, I leave them here. They are naughty. I leave them here.
Who's this here?
I tie them to my feet.
Why did you tie them for what?
Because they are naughty.
Huh?
They are naughty.
Is this your mother?
No.
Huh?
No,
Is this your mother?
They are my kids. They leave them.
Is this your mother? Yeah. Come, take them out. Let's go. We're taking these kids. We're taking these kids. We're going with these kids.
No, you can't go with them.
Aye, we're taking them. Hey, let's go. Owens, bring them. We're going with these kids. Bring them.
Now he's practicing the flip. That's how he'll have to land. He'll have to land on his back. At 18,000 feet, the oxygen mask will come off. That will be from his cousin, Andy Barrington. It will be closest to him. There goes the oxygen mask. Now at 12,000 feet, he'll hear a beep in his helmet. That will tell him he's halfway home. Momentarily, we'll see his jump team pull their chutes, and that means Luke is all alone for the rest of the way. At 6,000 feet, he'll get another beep in his helmet. There goes the chutes. Luke is on his own. And the crowd on the ground looking up, they have a visual on him right now. He's in! And he's kicking and moving. From here it looks perfect. You just witnessed history being made. Absolutely amazing. Now we want to wait for our medical staff to check him out and give us the official okay.
The relative of Osiris was Ptah, also known as Enki. And when you look at the biblical version of the Lord's Prayer, you discover that it translates back into Latin and then back into what? Egyptian. And that Lord's Prayer originally comes out of ancient Egypt. It was one of the incantations. It was a spell. Unfortunately, it was designed to give the power to the person that you were praying to, which in this case was Ptah or Enki. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread as we forgive our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, for thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. That's a very old prayer that's in the biblical text. But that prayer is an incantation that's actually traces all the way back to ancient Kemet, and it's the prayer of Ptah, P-T-A-H. You're not praying to God, of the creator of the universe, when you say that prayer. You're praying to Enki. Just so you knew that. Does not explicitly specify the precise date of Jesus' crucifixion. That's what they said. This is not me saying this. This is them saying this. I'm reading this from the sources. They're arguing over dates. Either way, It's pretty bizarre that the most important day of their lives will be the death of Jesus Christ, and everything else is written down. They even wrote down in the New Testament where condones slavery. Yeah, the Bible says that. The Bible says, Jesus says, honor your slave master as you would honor me. Well, they got that in there, but they couldn't get the date, the time, and everything else of the crucifixion. But then you go to the Sinai Bible and you discover, ooh, it didn't really happen like that. Then you go to the Gospel of Barnabas and discover, it didn't really happen like that. And then you start looking at, you can even read the Quran. The Quran tells you guys have been fooled. Now, all of these texts are open to remixing, of course, but there's too many sources. Sometimes you track to see if you can get 3 or 4 sources of something from different locations and different places. And when you do that, you get circumstantial evidence.
To reveal remarkable paintings of Jesus dating back to the 1400s. Have you ever seen or heard of biblical icons where Jesus or the Virgin Mary have dark skin? Or even Abraham or King David? Then look beyond Europe.
Biblically accurate angel on video.
Watch this.
Enoch said that he supposedly seen this, right? And this is what the true form of what an angel is supposed to look like in true form. So basically Enoch said that he was seeing this shit, right? There's a video that's going around that said that they seen a UFO, but I think it was an angel just like this. Look at this video, y'all. Look at this shit. This is the clearest video that anybody has ever got of anything. And look what that joint look like. Look, do y'all see the eye in the middle, bro?
And that's how the Bible described angels.
It's looking over and watching everything. Watching everybody.
Kind of freaky.
Look at that. Bro. Yo. Do y'all see that? What is going on in our world right now, bro? This is only the first. Look at that. Are y'all telling me that's not the same?
The red heifer is a mandatory act for beginning the temple offering to God. The ashes of the red heifer is a key element in a biblically mandated purification ritual. These ashes are required for purification in a range of situations, including contact with dead bodies. Numbers chapter 19. Now, with all the bloodshed on the Temple Mount down through the centuries, the mount itself must be cleansed before the temple can be built. According to the Torah, Moses prepared the first red heifer, and from that time until the destruction of the temple, only 9 heifers were prepared. There has been no proper red heifer in Israel for the past 2,000 years. The difficulties of finding red heifers anywhere is that they are not only rare, but the animal must meet the requirements as stipulated in the Torah and in the Oral Talmud. The 5 main criteria for establishing the proper red heifer for the holy purpose of purification are: it should be completely red with no spot or blemish. Actually, the heifer can have no more than 2 non-red hairs, and the hooves also must be red. It must be a female. Heifers are female. It must never have been used for labor. It must never have been pregnant, and it must be between 3 to 4 years old. In Judaism, this prophecy signals the coming of a time that includes the return of biblical laws of purity, thus allowing for truly holy life. For evangelical Christians, it heralds the end of days, the return of Jesus to earth, and the rapture. This belief has long driven Christian Zionism and Christian lobbying on behalf of Israel. In September 2022, through a joint effort established between a Christian ministry and the Temple Institute in Jerusalem, 5 red heifers from Texas were transported to Jerusalem and now graze at a secure, undisclosed location in the Israeli-occupied West Bank.
Early in the day is the most powerful stimulus for wakefulness throughout the day, and it has a powerful positive impact on your ability to fall and stay asleep at night. So this is really the foundational power tool for ensuring a great night's sleep and for feeling more awake.
That Antarctica is some kind of alien base.
In July 2018, Linda Moulton Howe interviewed a whistleblower who offered to give her classified information regarding Antarctica.
At that time, my rank was First Lieutenant Commander. Naval Special Operations. Each story was the same. He was 18 feet thick to around 30 feet thick. And even though these doors were that thick and that heavy, you could take one finger and push them and they would open. There was no resistance whatsoever. The outside temperature was at least 40 degrees below zero. Once you stepped inside these structures, the temperature was an ambient 68 to 72 degrees.
What about the ceilings, hallways, floors?
It was lighted from the inside, but we could not find the source of light. It was a lime green in color. The walls were lined with what I call hieroglyphics, but nothing of hieroglyphics that I've ever seen in my life.
Right now on the computer and look down on Antarctica, you'll find research bases from every major country in the world there. And you'll also find the Rockefeller Foundation base as well. Admiral Byrd was right. #1 place in the world for technology research is right down there in Antarctica. I believe that as the ice is melting, they're finding remnants of an ancient civilization. We know that Antarctica was not a frozen tundra for 12 million years. Like mainstream science says 12 million years to build up all this ice. No, that's not accurate. We know this because of the Perry-Reese map. The Perry-Reese map shows Antarctica what it looked like without ice on it. Antarctica shifted into that spot. How? Because we know that Antarctica is surrounded by tectonic plates. There was something called a pole shift of the crust of the Earth, which shifted it from a more habitable climate into the position it is now, and that's why the animals that are being uncovered from the ice were flash frozen with undigested food in their stomachs. And there's an entire advanced civilization there, including some of the largest pyramids on Earth, right in Antarctica.
It might not look it, and you'll be even more surprised to find out where it is. This river, known as the Bolton Strid, is located in the UK, in North Yorkshire to be exact. And well, it might look calm and peaceful on the top. Underneath, the currents are so strong that the river itself has a 100% death rate. That means anyone that's ever been in there, if they fell in by accident, or any professionals that have tried to traverse the river, have all perished, unfortunately. But why is this the case, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. The river starts as a nice, peaceful 30-foot wide plane of water, but it suddenly gets met by a very thin, very narrow stretch of rocks that forces the water into a funnel and makes jet-like propulsions under the water. So if you're unfortunate enough to fall in, you stay down.
And it shot a beam of light at the warhead, which is represented by my thumb here. So this thing fires a beam of light at the warhead, hits it, And then this thing flies up like this, fires another beam of light, goes around like this, fires another beam of light, goes down like this, fires another beam of light, and then flies out the way it came in. And the warhead tumbles out of outer space. Now when the lights came on, Major Mansman turned around and looked at me and said, "Were you guys screwing around up there?" And I said, "No, sir." And he said, "What was that?" And I said, "It looks to me like we got a UFO."
The idea of any explosion in space by any Earth government was not acceptable to the extraterrestrials, and that has been demonstrated over and over.
How is that demonstrated?
By the destruction of any nuclear weapons sent into space.
Shaped ship appeared over the Air Force Base. These cigar-shaped ships were over a mile in length. One of them landed on the airport landing strip area. When it touched the ground, it created an earthquake like about a 3.5 to 4.0. It terrified everybody in the area. The back of this craft opened up, and several hundred young men with huge, heavy weapons came out of two sides of the ship and formed a protection line around the ship. And the people at that Air Force base, the commander, had a meeting with the individuals that were aboard this ship. And this particular race that landed those ships and that are seen in these huge cigar-shaped ships, they are a black race. They look like African Americans. If you've ever seen a race of people that were conquerors, that had never been conquered, they've got this look about them. That is exactly what these extraterrestrials had, and they informed these people at this American Air Force.
Didn't die of an overdose. He said, "Do you know why they killed Marilyn?"
Mr. President, the late Marilyn Monroe.
And I said, "Well, I didn't until I got this document." It's a virtual death warrant because she was found a couple days later. 3 August 1962, wiretap of telephone conversations between reporter Dorothy Kilgallen, who was looking into Roswell and other UFO issues, and her close friend Howard Rothberg, from wiretap of telephone conversation of Marilyn Monroe and Attorney General Bobby Kennedy. Rothberg discussed the apparent comeback of the subject with Kilgallen and the breakup with the Kennedys. This is referring to the fact that Marilyn Monroe had been having an affair with not one but both Kennedy brothers, and it was becoming conspicuous, so they broke it off. Rothberg indicated in so many words that she had secrets to tell, no doubt arising from her trysts with the President and the Attorney General. One such secret mentions the visit of the President at a secret air base for the purpose of inspecting things from outer space. Now, this is 1962. Kilgallen said if the story is true, it would be a terrible embarrassment for Jack and his plans to have NASA put men on the moon.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
The subject repeatedly called the Attorney General and complained about the way she was being ignored by the President and his brother. Subject threatened to hold a press conference and would tell all. It's a tragic situation because she was an actress. She didn't understand the national security state and the viciousness of those who want to keep these sort of secrets.
That has recently gone viral of an alien creature caught on a Ring camera. It looks like a grasshopper. It looks like an alien creature of some sort. Could this be a trick of CGI, or could this be something more?
This is the Las Vegas alien in the backyard caught on ring camera of a nearby neighbor's house.
This artificial superintelligence is an
fuck is that?
No, what's...
Run! Run!
Guys, wait! Oh.
What? What's wrong with you?
It did this to me.
What?
It took my daughter.
Parker?
Please let me inside.
Parker!
Go. Quick.
Okay, so it seems to be wanting to happen now more in the afternoon, but just to prove that there's nothing there. Jesus Christ.
Another day, another fishing in somebody's wall. Let's get rid of some of this. What is this? Oh, tough. Nope. Nope, back in the wall.
Stop! You gotta go! Shh. Calm down. What are you? Stop!
Bonus. Alright, that's about as raunchy as I'm gonna get.
Why has nobody told me that this thing right here is real? Explain that to me. Explain that to me. And it doesn't stop there. No, here's another one. Look at that. Clearly a woman. Clearly a woman. Don't even know. How is that a thing? Explain that. It's not a natural form. And then here's another one. Just a guy. Just dude sat there. Little penguin for you. Then a little bird kissing another bigger bird. Some sort of goat. Not quite sure. Defo a snake. Defo a snake. There's two snakes. Two snakes on top of each other. Then I've no idea what that is, but if they're not teeth, I don't know what are. There's defo a little dinosaur. And then a hand. What is going on, people? I mean, check this out, right? Just look at this for a second, and you tell me what this could be. I mean, I'm not sure about that one. Looks sus. It's a bit sus too. That's defo a person, that though. I'm not even bothered. When did this become a thing? Right, let's get this straight right now, right? Why has nobody told me that this thing right here is real? Explain that to me. Explain that to me. And it doesn't stop there. No, here's another one. Look at that. Clearly a woman. Clearly a woman. Don't even know. How is that a thing? Explain that. It's not a natural form. And then here's another one. Just a guy. Just dude sat there. Little penguin for you. Then a little bird kissing another bigger bird. Some sort of goat. Not quite sure. Defo a snake. Defo a snake. There's two snakes. Two snakes on top of each other. Then I've no idea what that is, but if they're not teeth, I don't know what are. There's defo a little dinosaur. And then a hand. What is going on, people? I mean, check this out, right? Just look at this for a second, and you tell me what this could be. I mean, I'm not sure about that one. Looks sus. It's a bit sus too. That's defo a person, that though. I'm not even bothered. When did this become a thing? Right, let's get this straight right now, right? Why has nobody told me that this thing right here is real? Explain that to me. Explain that to me. And it doesn't stop there. No, here's another one. Look at that. Clearly a woman. Clearly a woman. Don't even know. How is that a thing? Explain that. It's not a natural form. And then here's another one. Just a guy. Just dude sat there. Little penguin for you. Then a little bird kissing another bigger bird. Some sort of goat. Not quite sure. Defo a snake. Defo a snake. There's two snakes. Two snakes on top of each other. Then I've no idea what that is, but if they're not teeth, I don't know what are. There's defo a little dinosaur. And then a hand. What is going on, people? I mean, check this out, right? Just look at this for a second, and you tell me what this could be. I mean, I'm not sure about that one. Looks sus. It's a bit sus too. That's defo a person, that though. I'm not even bothered. When did this become a thing? Right, let's get this straight right now, right? Why has nobody told me that this thing right here is real? Explain that to me. Explain that to me. And it doesn't stop there. No, here's another one. Look at that. Clearly a woman. Clearly a woman. Don't even know. How is that a thing? Explain that. It's not a natural form. And then here's another one. Just a guy. Just dude sat there. Little penguin for you. Then a little bird kissing another bigger bird. Some sort of goat. Not quite sure. Defo a snake. Defo a snake. There's two snakes. Two snakes on top of each other. Then I've no idea what that is, but if they're not teeth, I don't know what are. There's defo a little dinosaur. And then a hand. What is going on, people? I mean, check this out, right? Just look at this for a second, and you tell me what this could be. I mean, I'm not sure about that one. Looks sus. It's a bit sus too. That's defo a person, that though. I'm not even bothered. When did this little beauty from Moana is real, but we already know that. Now, since we discovered this, the plot has now thickened, because look at this. We've got an elephant, we've got a ginormous snake, and we've got, I don't even know what that is, some sort of turtle, lizard, some sort of rodent there, a dog, we've got a stone dog, a giant tortoise. There's a few of them, you know. We've got some sort of armadillo's little tank thing, a dragon, we all know dragons are real, then another lizard, and then we've got a rhino, little rhino. What? Look, tortoise, there's absolutely loads of them ones. Another ginormous snake. We've got a polar bear, it could be any bear I suppose, but it looks like a polar bear. There's whales, a dolphin. That's the biggest dolphin I've ever seen in my damn life. And then, oh my god, look, what is even that? What is it? How does that even happen? Then God's...
What the fuck? It's magic. Like, please go back into the box.
retourne à la maison.
Arrête-toi, arrête-toi, arrête-toi. Arrête-toi.
So let's get our scare on, I suppose. Just playing. Ah, that looked to me like that. That was the kid, that wasn't it? That was definitely the kid. Is he pointing at? Oh, there's nothing there. What do you mean? Oh, bit of a flash. What's going on? Lights flashing. What? No! No. Okay. Wait, is that the same? That's the same kid, though, isn't it? That's the same kid. The thing moves. Oh, just runs away. Just leaves the kid. Just leaves the little baby. Just leaves it to fend for itself. Mom comes in. What's she gonna do? Throw a sheet over it this time? No umbrella. We'll just start beating it. I don't think ghosts are gonna be scared of no umbrella. I ain't scared of no umbrella. Ah, same kid again. Jesus, he's gonna need some therapy, isn't he? What's that basketball doing there? Hey, what's happening? What? No, I literally just threw my phone. That actually scared me.
Okay. Die! You will die! So that's the... Okay, yeah, he's pissed. Die. We should probably go. Die! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Run! Go! What the hell?
I did.
Why you keep following me?
How you doing? Just cruisers, man. Just crawling at me like it's goddamn. What's up, dude?
Some people say he was possessed by a demon or was a skinwalker, but what do you think?
Charlotte?
Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle?
No, of course not.
Alright. Sit tight, sir. I'll be right back. Your registration is What the?
Sarah?
What the heck? Sarah? 3201.
Boy, what the fuck going on in Miami, bro? Boy, she got in there. No, shit, that shit just disappeared.
Oh my god, bro, that's a whole dinosaur. I'm about to be rich. I need at least $1 million for this discovery. Wait, hey! That's why y'all dumbasses think.
Able to teleport. There was once a civilization that had ancient knowledge that allowed them to become extremely advanced. They had technology that allowed them to teleport across vast distances. They also had the ability to farm energy from the atmosphere for free, and could manipulate the frequencies of objects, causing them to levitate, allowing them to build grand architecture, like the Great Pyramids. This knowledge was given to humans by extraterrestrials known as the Anunnaki, who came to Earth in search of materials long ago. They gave humans this knowledge so that they could efficiently farm the Earth's materials for them. The Great Pyramids were actually signaling devices. When they were filled with precious metals, a signal would be sent up into the cosmos to alert the Anunnaki. This knowledge was passed down and eventually led to the creation of a civilization once known as Tartarian Empire. But this civilization was destroyed by oil oligarchs because the free energy was a threat to the control they had over the world. As the Tartarian Empire was destroyed, this ancient knowledge was confiscated and hidden in the Vatican archives, with the hopes that humans will never get a hold of this knowledge again, so we can stay enslaved.
When you go to the supermarket, the next time you go to the supermarket, bro, everything that's in the middle of the supermarket has been created to destroy you, you know, through our own ignorance, bro. So when you look at the ingredients say corn syrup on most of the stuff, right? That's the one of the top cancer-causing products, right? That actually lowered our lifespan, where we were able to live about 260 years old. Now it dropped down to 160 years old if you are on a full alkaline diet, right? And you're living by the laws of the land. So we had to build these pyramids because they were actually, and this is in prophecy, trying to get back to their dimension or whatever, because they're stuck here. That's when you get the whole book of Enoch and them trying to use Enoch to be an adversary for them, or kind of talk to God and, hey, let us back in. But he denied that clemency. They were bound, it says, in the coldest desert area that would be found for or under the Euphrates River. And those are areas that you can't go to. Like, I mean, the majority of them, like Azazel and all them that fell upon Mount Hermon, they're on the Arctic Circle that surrounds the Earth. It's about a 200-foot ice wall. That's why you can't go there. You know, those they use a form of energy that supposedly is not known to us, but how they use the center of the Earth is it's called magnetite. There are 4 big mountains of magnetite. And like that, I mentioned this before. That's how our sea creatures and a lot of animals use that as a reference to go migrate or, you know, breed and so on and so forth. But they use that to levitate. How we learn the technology from them. You know what I mean? So that's where that comes from, bro. The Kini-9 or Nephilim giants. That's who had us under captivity. You could look at a lot of Cortez's in his diary. He wrote how they could see before they even came onto the land. They could see giants from afar. When you go to the supermarket, the next time you go to the supermarket, bro, everything that's in the middle of the supermarket has been created to destroy you. You know, through our own ignorance, bro. So when you look at the ingredients say corn syrup on most of the stuff, right? That's one of the top cancer-causing products, right? That actually lowered our lifespan, where we were able to live about 260 years old. Now it dropped down to 160 years old if you are on a full alkaline diet, right? And you're living by the laws of the land. So we had to build these pyramids because they were actually, and this is in prophecy, trying to get back to their dimension or whatever, because they're stuck here. That's when you get the whole book of Enoch and them trying to use Enoch to be an adversary for them or kind of talk to God and, hey, let us back in. But he denied that clemency. They were bound, it says, in the coldest desert area that would be found for or under the Euphrates River. And those are areas that you can't go to. Like, I mean, the majority of them, like Azazel and all them that fell upon Mount Hermon, they're on the Arctic Circle that surrounds the Earth. It's about a 200-foot ice wall. That's why you can't go there. You know, those they use a form of energy that supposedly is not known to us, but how they use the center of the Earth is it's called magnetite. There are 4 big mountains of magnetite. And like that, I mentioned this before. That's how our sea creatures and a lot of animals use that as a reference to go migrate or, you know, breed and so on and so forth. But they use that to levitate. How we learn the technology from them. You know what I mean? So that's where that comes from, bro. The Kini-9 or Nephilim giants. That's who had us under captivity. You could look at a lot of Cortez's in his diary. He wrote how they could see before they even came onto the land. They could see giants.
And we have a flood account in every single civilization on every continent, every ancient culture on the planet. And in the Sumerian tablets, according to the tablets, the reason for the flood could have been stopped. But Enlil was so disgusted with human beings. If you read the Epic of Gilgamesh and the Epic of Atrahasis, he was so disgusted he wanted to wipe out the creation and begin anew, start over. Not that he had created human beings from scratch, but they had genetically modified us to do the work for them. He was like, let's wipe them out and start fresh. And his relatives, Enki and Hersag and everyone else, they were pissed. They were like wailing to please don't do this. But he was the king at the time, so he had the right to allow this to happen. And he did. And so what Enki did was he contacted some of his people on Earth and said, look, there's a situation about to go down and I need you guys to be prepared for this. So I'm going to give you these floor plans and I need you to build this structure. I can't do it for you because it's going to look really suspect if I do it, but I'm going to give you these instructions and allow you to go ahead and if you listen to me, you'll escape this calamity. So he went to Ziazudra, aka Noah in the Bible, but his name is Ziazudra, and he gave him the plans on how to build an ark. And this ark wasn't the shape that's described in the Bible. It wasn't the shape of the one described in the Bible. It is actually the shape of a disc, and it was cut up into sections like a pie on the inside. And his instructions were to gather up his local flock and any local animals and flora that was in the area and take on the ark with him, of course, with some meals and so forth and some water and everything else, right? Not to get two of every kind from around the planet. 2 cockroaches and 2 fleas and 2 lizards and 2 false information, fake news. Didn't happen. And we have the physical tablet. We have the physical evidence of the tablet, which gave the instructions on what to build. There was a disc. How come the Bible hasn't been rewritten now? Yeah, come on, hasn't been rewritten.
Here speaks on the great split that is coming for Earth, the 3D and 5D split, and the changes that are to come on this new world.
There will come the time, and it's not going to take long, where a natural separation is going to take place. A natural separation. The ones that are able to read the signs, that are able to go with what is happening, to adapt to the changes this world is bringing to us, they will move on to another world. They will move on to another area, to another cycle of us humans being right now here on the earth. And other people that are unwilling, unable, maybe incapable of adapting to the coming changes. It is simple like this. They will stay with the old world, which is about to end.
There's this virus that contained in deer, right? And it causes them to eat each other. It's also able to spread to humans. And recently, because of global warming, people are thinking that because it's heating up, it caused the actual virus to spread to us.
Alright, so I am Specialist Garnetsky, Washington National Guard. This is Specialist Woman, Washington National Guard. And what are we doing here, Specialist Woman? We've had some drug activity in these buildings. We have had some gunshots in these surrounding buildings. People don't know that it's actually a biological threat, not a chemical or radiological like you are. So they don't know. But in fact, not everyone who gets bitten transforms. I know there's a lot of misconceptions of all the movies and stuff going on. You know, fairly common to see these guys.
Just gone down the deepest rabbit hole with these videos people are sending me. As you can clearly see, we're looking at a dragon. Now this one is of people in Asia that have dug this big hole for some reason, found a cave inside it. What is even that? It's a dragon salamandery thing, either way it's terrifying. That's the way, this is a classic fire breather. Like, I'm not saying it's real necessarily, but it would explain why there's been so many fires all over the world. And then obviously we've got to add in one of the classic Chinese dragons, haven't we? Which these are reported to be seen in China during storms all the time. Now this one is definitely real. I've seen it with my own eyes. This is a Chinese water dragon. Fully real, Google it. And then that's just like standard dragon. Again, it's in Asia. They're all in Asia for some reason. This one sort of looks like a snake to me. This video of like a vampire on some talk show not that long ago, and since then I've been sent all these videos of supposed vampires, right? So get this, I mean, these people walking through a train station look vampire-ish, but get this one.
I may be unpleasant looking on the outside, but you're ugly on the inside.
And look at them eyes, but then he's definitely got the teeth. Now this one's just weird.
When was the last time you fed?
I prefer a nice liver, but I may change my mind at any time. You look very tasty, but I think I like you. Would you like to stay for tea, my friend?
Now the glowing eyes can be explained by the light probably, but what is with them going on my channel with all these vampire videos people are sending me, or supposed vampire videos people are sending me? Well, there's quite a lot of them out there, but I've put together a couple of interview videos here that you just don't really know what to make of them, so I'll let you watch them after this clip, and then you let me know what you think. Real, not real.
You feel like doing killing people? You still feel like killing people? Yes. Do you think you'd murder me, Joe? Yes. That's gruesome, Joe. That's horrible. Yes, it is. You don't blame me if I say I hope you never get out of this place. Hope I never do either.
Okay, now, we'd already discussed that you do not originate, once you become full vampire, you do not originate from your
family anymore.
Yes, my human family.
You now would originate from whatever makes you vampire. I also noticed that you smoke and drink.
Yes.
Why do you do that?
It is mainly based off of me wanting to be human in some very little way. It is comforting to know that I could be smoking and you would think that I'd be human.
Okay.
It does not affect me in the way that it used to.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Merlin? One more clap! What the?
If you came here to kill me, clap your hands. Well, that wasn't clapping your hands, that was more like just... Camp!
The best you can. Yeah, go. Quick. Anything?
Listen, nope.
Нет. Нет. Опять убери надолго. Если я кухню солю, я вас заткну. Он двигается.
I have the privilege of working with an organization, a clandestine, undercover, underground organization known as TLS, otherwise known as the Light System. It's all about how to have a finger in certain places to influence things and make things move, to be able to beat the monster from within. It's understanding that we have the potential within. We have the ability to do what all the great leaders and religious leaders and spiritual leaders have done in the past. A caterpillar transforms and metamorphosizes into a butterfly. That's basically shapeshifting. We call that natural. So when a human being can do something like that, for whatever reason, we call it supernatural, and it's only because we're living subnatural lives. The Bible never caused war. The religious leaders, the people that started spreading those messages through their own corrupted lens, were the ones that caused war. And right now we're going through the process of unwinding and untangling that mess, energetically speaking, to eventually get to the same point that we were at thousands of years ago, which is one world, one life, love for all, compassion and unity. That's what the age of love is, and that's where they're trying to bring us to. The reason why TLS works with these beings is because it's all bringing back universal awareness, bringing us all together. Time and space doesn't exist in the same way that it does from that perspective, from that awareness, from that consciousness. So it's a completely different way of doing things, and it starts with awareness. It's something that's beyond the laws of physics as we know them in application today. The craft becomes an extension of the operator's consciousness, and that's how they're going those distances and those speeds. I know it sounds like it's out of a movie, but these are real things. This question has to do with the spirit world. There's something that you mention in the document all the time about the spirit world and all these laws and how the spirit world dictates the laws in the physical world and so on and so forth. Can you elaborate on what you mean by the spirit world in the Pyramid Code document?
Everyone, everybody has a soul, as we know. The soul represents the spiritual world, and the body represents the physical world. The brain that operates your entire body by being controlled by the soul is a combination of the spiritual and physical world intertwined together. In the beginning of time, man used to be 90% in the spirit world and 10% in the physical world. Today, it's opposite. It's 10-90.
What do you mean by that when you say 90%? Like, what does that actually look like?
If you look at today's world, on humanity, most people are very much into the physical world, materialistic things. They're getting away from nature. They're getting away from God. They're getting away from the divine. They don't believe in anything. They believe in money. They believe in power. They believe in governments. They believe in physical leaders. So it's a process that evolved over many, many years. Unfortunately, most people today are 90% physical and 10% spiritual. Some people are not even that. So that's what I mean when I said physical and spiritual world.
So you focused on the physical side. Can you elaborate on what 90% spiritual looks like? And the reason why I ask that is there's a law, a scientific law. It says energy cannot be created or destroyed. In that way, reincarnation actually makes sense because, like you said, it's the recycling of souls, the recycling of energy. What is just beyond my comprehension at the moment is when we speak about a new soul, what is a new soul? And what's the purpose of a new soul?
A new soul means a soul that came to planet Earth that wasn't here before. The purpose is basically, and I'll give you examples soon about people that you know. A new soul is here to come and do a higher type of mission. They have a certain destiny that they have to complete. It's usually in the spirit or religious world. Unfortunately, in the religious world, because you know me, I'm against religion in general, but most of them are. And I'll give you an example. Take the Dalai Lama, and there's many of them as you know. If you ask the followers of the Dalai Lama, they'll tell you he is the reincarnation of the previous Dalai Lama, and so on and so on. But no, that's not true. Every Dalai Lama that was here was a new soul. He will complete. The current Dalai Lama will complete his mission. He will then recycle, reincarnate, and he will reincarnate to the higher realm. That means above the 5th dimension. And he will never come back here again. The new Dalai Lama will do the same thing. That's when it comes to we're learning how to make money. We're learning how to create poison, and we call it medicine. This is not what they do. They don't understand why anybody would hate somebody else.
How did religion play a role at that point in time?
Religion was created by man in order to control the masses. The spiritual world will bring you to a more positive way of living. No wars, more transparency, more unity. If you're going to take Moses, according to the Bible, Moses today would be considered a serial killer.
Maybe you're wrong. And maybe it does come from a very high place.
You're mixing two things. They knew when those planets were going to disappear. Those entities that lived on those planets. The decision was made. Let's move them onto Earth.
What do you mean by disappear? What does disappear mean?
Every planet has a date, and eventually they just self-destruct.
Do you have any knowledge when it comes to the expiration date of Earth? Atlantis existed on this planet.
Yes.
They were a very spiritually advanced nation, and they destroyed themselves because they did things that were the opposite.
What really destroyed Atlantis is their technology. Take the AI technology that's coming into the world right now. If it will happen the way they're planning, it will bring the world to self-destruction. The only place in the universe that you have war is here. No planet has wars.
Why do you think that is?
massive lie. Before the civilization we have today, there was another civilization that's been hidden from us. The Tartarian Empire was a civilization that was far more advanced than us, but in a different way. They had harnessed the ability to use atmospheric energy. They incorporated it into all of the buildings and were able to create free energy for everyone at all times. They had also harnessed the power of frequencies and were able to build grand architecture by manipulating substances and moving huge rocks through vibration. Hence the Great Pyramids and many other unexplainable architectural anomalies that were created in the past. The free energy was a threat to the massive oil industry and all the profits they were able to generate from the scarcity of oil. So the owners of this industry, who were extremely powerful, created a plan to take out this civilization and wipe them from history so nobody would ever know about free energy, and they destroyed all their architecture and technology. They did their best to cover up any evidence that the Tartarians ever existed. So this is why if you look at the Emerald Tablets, got to go back to the oldest text that we know of, 38,000-year-old text. Both claims to have built the Great Pyramid. He said, builded I the Great Pyramid, patterned after Earth's force, so that it too might remain through the ages, and it sure has. So the Great Pyramid is not 4,000 or 5,000 years old. That Great Pyramid is about 38,000 years old. And so is the Sphinx. His father told him to build the Sphinx and put his face on it. And then later on, that face was recarved. This is why the face is not the right size for the body, to his nephew's face. But the face was never the face of a lion. But this guy was the master architect. He laid down the blueprint for how to do this. In the Emerald Tablets, he takes a crew with him on the great ship that descends on the land of Chem, rebuilds the land of Chem. He says something very interesting in this text. After spending many years there, they don't specify exactly how many, but they say many, many years, rebuilding the land of Chem, he tells that crew, that team that came with that original team, to spread out around the world and duplicate what
2 days away, and a lot of things are getting weirder by the minute. Watch till the end, it's totally strange. 4 days ago, lightning struck the Statue of Liberty. Then yesterday, a whopping 4.8 earthquake shook New York, the strongest quake since 1783. And on Monday, darkness will cover the land of America as it rolls through towns called Nineveh. The date of April 8th also correlates with passages about 3 days of darkness in Egypt. This solar eclipse is being treated differently than any solar eclipse ever being treated. They tell everybody to get prepared for and stack up food for at least 2 weeks. The same solar eclipse that they sent the National Guards out for. NASA will launch 3 rockets up into the Earth's ionosphere, that area between 55 and like 300 or so miles above the Earth. The Devil Comet will become visible during the solar eclipse in April. CERN, to test the world's most powerful particle accelerator during April's solar eclipse, to search for invisible matter that secretly powers our universe. Coincidentally, CERN's logo contains multiple sixes arranged in a pattern that resembles both the number 666 and a solar eclipse symbol. And y'all notice how all of a sudden, since the Baltimore Bridge happened, all these other bridges have been collapsing? After the solar eclipse on April 8th, this is the scariest part.
The strongest earthquake in 140 years, John.
Look at all that, and it's not over yet because we've got the eclipse earthquake coming up on Monday. As Deborah Ross was telling us, it's going to be a transformative experience for anybody who is in the area of Church Outlet.
So buckle up. We're in for a wild ride.
This is breaking news. States are taking extreme measures for the solar eclipse on April 8th. This is set to be the last solar eclipse for 2 decades. While solar eclipse events are not rare and happen once a year everywhere throughout the world, it is rare to be able to view them here in the United States. This particular solar eclipse has brought some strange preparations in states set to be able to view the eclipse. Schools are being canceled on April 8th in parts of Texas. National Guards are being deployed. 22 members of the elite chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear units will be housed in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. 110 to 150 additional highway patrol units are being sent to the area, in addition to 150 extra first responders. Residents are being urged to stock up with 2 weeks of food supply, fill tanks of gas, and are being warned that communication facilities could be overloaded, making cell phone calls impossible during